This here is a Troy Bilt Bronco riding lawnmower, and you guys have seen me actually do a quick tune-up on this thing in the past. Well, today we're gonna actually replace the carburetor and put a new battery in here and crank it up. This has been sitting for quite some time, and the gas in the carburetor is all dried up, and there might be some junk in there. So it was a good opportunity to go ahead and change the carburetor in this thing and then put a new battery and crank it up. So let's get to it. Let's go ahead and change the carburetor and put a new battery in this thing. Let's flip the hood up. And in here, hopefully you could see it. Here's the light bulbs. We're just going to take the light bulbs out and remove this entire hood. And you just unscrew these. I think they just twist off. And you take them off. Take these two nuts off here, and the air filter is right behind here. Here's the air filter. You could see it's relatively clean. It hadn't been used that much. And now we need to take, there's one bolt off here, two bolts. We gotta take these two nuts off, and the carburetor's behind this. These are just two 10mm nuts. There's a little breather hose connected here. Let's pull that out. This thing should come right out, maybe. Is there something else? There's another one right here. That one's an 8mm. There's another hose right here. And here's the carburetor. And this carburetor would normally just slide all the way out. But there's this little frame rail that's in the way. Now we gotta remove, because we can't just get this thing out. It just won't come out on its own. One, two, three, four, 5 bolts. We got 5 bolts to take off, to take this little frame rail off. These two are 2 3/8 inch, and the other one, these 3 are 1/2 inch. Well, before we take the carburetor all the way out, we should disconnect the gas line. So here's the gas line, and the gas filter, or the fuel filter, is right here. So we gotta disconnect the fuel line from the carburetor here. We also gotta remove the throttle and the choke from this thing. So it's just these two little ones that need to come out before I should take this out. On the top of the carburetor, you have these 3 that you need to disconnect. That is this little fine one here. this one here, and this one here. One of them would be the throttle. Not sure which one it is. I think it might be this one is the throttle, and this would be the choke. I'm not sure what the little one is. The little one is just a return spring. So let's go ahead and remove these. They might be up there. With the fuel line out of the way, there's this little electrical connector on the back side of this thing that we need to take out, and then slide this thing out so I could angle these little clips out the way. Okay, here we go. And so there's this electrical connector, and now we could take the choke off. That's this one, and then we could take, let's see, then we could take the gas off and the spring off. And here's your old carburetor. And there's a little plastic bush in here that I'm not sure if this comes on the new one or not. But this is what we need to replace. And here is the new carburetor. This was just an Amazon special. Here's the gaskets. Here's the new carburetor. Brand spanking new. So just going this way, we'll have to remove that little plastic bushing that was here for the accelerator. Hook the return spring to here, and the choke goes right here. Alright, here's the new carburetor. I put that little plastic bushing in there. I need to put a new gasket here and then slide this in and get these connectors hooked up. One, or maybe this way. One. Here's the little return spring that hooks into this little hole. 3, and then the electrical connector. Okay, there we go. Electrical connector in, carburetor in, connectors hooked up. Now we need one more gasket. And then the airbox goes on top of this. So we're gonna need to put 3 bolts back in on this side. Okay. Now this goes back in there. And there are 2 hoses, this little one, and this one goes in here. This 8mm one goes in this little hole here. All right, we got to refit the hood, which is the opposite of the removal, and then change the battery. Here's the brand new battery. All right, now moment of truth. Start it up. Well, ran for a little bit. Alright, so there you have it. The lawnmower's running. If this video helped you out, give a thumbs up, hit the subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. God bless.